Welcome, Meridian Toastmasters, to a rainy December day. It does feel a little bit cool out there, and I think I might have seen some slushy bits hitting my windshield. Like maybe we got some little bits of snow in there. Pretty cool. I'm back after a couple weeks away. I missed you all very much. I was doing a lot of area director duties, visiting the other clubs in our area. There's 3 other clubs and writing reports about what I saw. So it's always interesting to see how other clubs do what they do. And we're not the only club that has a low number of members, but I'm confident that we will get our numbers up a little bit here in 2026. But either way, we're doing great and we should have a lovely meeting today. So before we get started, before we even call on the different roles, I want to ask our joke master, there we go, Sarah, to give us a little bit of levity to start the meeting. Sarah?
Okay, so I'm going to tell 2 jokes. The first one is, what do you call a sad cup of coffee?
Decaf?
Depresso.
Oh, espresso.
And then the second one is, a Swede and a Finn sit in a bar. The Swede raises his glass to toast. Cheers. The Finn challenges, are we here to talk, are we here to drink? And that's everything that's my 2 jokes that I have for today.
All right. Thank you so much, Sarah. Wonderful. Now we're going to move on to just a very quick introduction of the different roles for the meeting today before we get to the heart of the meeting, which is our speaker. So the first role that I'm going to ask to be explained is the Table Topics Master. And today our Table Topics Master is Buffy Finkel. Buffy.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Greetings to all of you Toastmasters. We don't have any honored guests, but you are all honored members of this club. So the Table Topics Master calls on several members to deliver 1 to 2 minute impromptu talks on a topic randomly chosen. I may do it per person. I may do it. We all get to talk about it, depending on the intrigue and interest of the topic. This role is introduced by myself. So with that, I am complete.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Next, I'm going to ask Don Thomas to explain to the members what the General Evaluator does. Don.
Yes. Greetings, Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters. The purpose of the General Evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Great. Thank you, Don. Next, I'm going to ask Sarah, who's out there in the trees in Zoom land, give us an explanation of what the timer does.
Okay, so timer. I will time everyone's speeches. So since this one is 15, it's 15 minutes. So I was thinking like 5 minutes for green, 10 minutes for yellow, and 15 for red.
I think the limit's actually 12.
Or should I do something different for it?
So is it 12 is green?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do 12. Yeah, I can do 12 for green.
For red. For red, maximum 12.
Oh, maximum 12 for red. So should she 10?
Okay, so okay, I can 12 minutes. Okay. Then I guess 10 for green, 11 for yellow, and 12 for red.
Well, that's normally, don't we normally do, yeah, like rather than break it up into thirds. So 10 for green, 11 for yellow, and then 12 for red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, is that?
And
Um,
then
I mean,
let's
the speech
see,
is 5 minutes.
table topics if we get to any today. 1 to 2 minutes. Let's see, 1 minute green. Let's see, 1 minute green, 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes yellow, and 2 minutes red. I'll change my background to a appropriate color. So it's like
Mhm.
So I guess since my background is green, when it gets to yellow, I'll change it to at the appropriate time, I'll change it to yellow and then red. Did that sound good?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarah. The reason, just for a point of clarification, the reason why the time for Justin's speech is confusing is because this is an unusual speech. So just for clarification, Justin, why don't you tell us what you want to be green, yellow, and red?
How about 6 minutes would be minimum
Okay, we'll be
with the
green.
interruption?
6
Yeah.
minutes green.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
it's supposed to
Okay.
be a 5 to 7 minute speech,
Okay.
and it says it can go up to 12 with the interruptions.
Okay. Right. Which is part of your speech. You want
Part,
some
yeah,
interruption.
yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's over speech time until it gets to 12, from what I read on the assignment.
Gotcha. So that is confusing, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Okay. All right. So
So
then,
my point, it's a 5 to 7 minute speech. That's what I have.
okay.
If you don't interrupt me, then I'll be good.
Okay. So we'll know that once you get to 12 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
minimal
will be
and
my
then
general
maximum, right?
background for today, and then for green I'll change it to and then for green I'll change it back to trees.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's a beautiful background, especially with the weather getting colder outside. All right. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for your flexibility on that.
Mhm.
Now,
Okay.
the last.
So
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you done?
sorry, refresh my memory. 6 minute green, and then what do you want to be yellow?
Don's
Or-
proposing no yellow. I like that. How about just no yellow and just go straight to red?
Okay, green and then red.
That'll work.
Okay, so
Red
green
and
at 6 and red at 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
cool. Got it.
Awesome. Next, but not the least, is our grammarian today, who will be Kathy. Would you like to explain?
Yes, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters. The word of the day is the role of the Meridian, and I will let you hear this. Fulgurate.
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 How you spell
Spelled Fulgurate, which is a verb used within an object defined as to flash or dart like lightning. I'm laughing, sorry. I fulgurate.
Fulgurate.
Thank you. Let's say it again.
Fulgurate.
I fulgurated in here because I was running late. I also will look for good word usage. Hopefully we have a lot of good word usage. And I'll also look at words that detract, such as and, are, so, Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Did I forget to introduce any roles? I think we're good. All right, next we're going to move on to our evaluator to introduce our one and only speaker today. I'm going to help you out a little bit, Buffy, with this. We can tag team here.
Okay.
I'm going to explain there's some role assignments. So all of you members, except for our speaker, who is Justin, and I didn't get a chance to get you in on this, Sarah, but we are all taking on a role of the talker, the interrupter, the chatterer, or the arguer as audience members, because our goal today is to try to distract our speaker and challenge him on how to deal with a difficult audience. So Justin doesn't know who's who, so we're going to keep that from him. And that is our role as listeners here in the room today. And now, Buffy, I will bring her up to introduce Justin at the lectern.
Toastmaster. Again, welcome, greetings to all of us fabulous Toastmasters. I'll get the ums out of the way right away. Justin is going to be offering us a very seasonal talk on leaves, he says. I look forward to hearing his take on the pros and cons of leaves in our world right now, from his specific position in the city works.
Thank you, Buffy. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests that aren't here today, so just fellow Toastmasters. There are only two types of trees out there. Those that have leaves and those that don't. Leaves are pretty amazing, aren't they? They start out as these tiny little buds. Don, have you ever seen how leaves start out?
I have.
They start out as tiny little buds on these branches. And then they grow into these amazing things of all different shapes, sizes, and colors.
I don't know why you asked my name.
And then, wouldn't you know it, they change colors. But before they change colors, they grow on the trees and give us shade in the summertime, and it's nice and refreshing when it's hot out. The birds can get in there and hide from predators. And all of a sudden, after they change these colors from oranges and yellows and reds and browns, they fall to the ground.
Well, why?
For no apparent reason.
Why do they change colors?
I think it has something to do with photosynthesis, but I'm not exactly sure.
It actually
Photosynthesis-
does have something to do with photosynthesis. Yeah, I learned about that in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. When
Isn't there sugar in it depends on how much sugar's in the leaves, but whether they turn the colors based on how much rain the summer got.
That's probably, yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
It's pretty amazing,
Yeah.
and they're very seasonal. Only happens in the autumn, which is surprising to me. And somehow the plants know when it's fall time. They just inbred into nature. And what's interesting as well is some of them, before they fall, they change these colors, but they fall right away. Like they're not even ready to fall. They're still green.
Yeah,
They
no, I
start
hate when
falling.
they fall on my lawn all the time.
Clogging the drains and stuff.
Yeah.
And some of them fall with the slightest breeze. The wind blows and they fall. And then others, and I don't know why this is either, but these massive windstorms come through and they just hold on tight and they don't let go.
have you heard about the ones that like push? Like I think it's the oaks. They actually the dead leaves stay on all winter.
Oh,
And then in spring, when the new buds come out, they like or
That's when they drop
they
their
they,
leaves.
they push the leaf out.
That's simply
Oh, that's
amazing as
interesting.
well. I have some of my trees right now that won't let go. And we've had these massive windstorms coming through and they don't let go. And I've raked under the leaves, under the trees, waiting for them to fall, and they won't fall.
It seems like
They're just hanging on in there.
it's not a real, it doesn't make sense that the stormiest time of year and these poor trees still have their leaves on and they can't, then they're getting blown around because of the storms and the wind, but they still hang onto their
like a
leaves.
toupee. My wife
Yeah.
said you look like a toupee up there. They're just hanging out.
I wish that was my tree. All my leaves
Yeah,
fell off
it's
my tree. I had
really
to,
nice if they just
Yeah.
fell, I could rake them up and they'd be gone.
Yeah, and then
once
rake
they
them up
fall,
and then rake them
They're
up.
all over
rake
the
'em up.
place. And they're on my yard. And I'm gonna tell you, leaves serve no purpose for my yard. There are some people that say that you can mulch these leaves into your ground and it provides nutrients, but that's not true.
No.
That is a lie put forward by lazy people. Have you ever tasted a leaf? Has anybody tasted a leaf?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
put it in your
Basil
mouth,
leaves?
it's bitter.
Oh,
It tastes
really?
nasty. Compare that to the blade of grass. You pull the blade of grass out, it's almost sweet. Well, that tells me that leaves are bad for my grass, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're polluting our environment as well.
Yeah, but grass is bad for the environment, so what's wrong with having leaves?
This is
instead?
beautiful. Leaves on the ground,
Nah.
they're soggy and soppy, and I slip and fall on them. I spend a lot of time cleaning up these leaves, if you haven't been able to tell. And they're frustrating to clean up because they're so fluffy and they go all over the place.
You ever
And
jumping
if you
them?
pick it up with the shovel, they fall off.
Mhm.
I've tried with the pitchfork. a lot of them fall off, and the ones that don't get stuck on there, and I have to scrape them right off. And even picking them up by hand, I pick them up, and most of them fall back to the ground. It's very
They
frustrating.
also fill up the yard waste bin
They fill it up
very quickly.
I have
they're-
extensive knowledge about these leaves because
Yeah.
I studied biology in school. And if you really look inside of a microscope, you'll see why leaves are alive. They are alive. That's why they drop. That's why they flourish. That's why they pop out. That's why they do all these things. They're alive. They're living. They're part of a living
System.
system.
Even when
Yeah.
they die and they're on the ground.
They're
Especially
They're
alive.
alive. I
They're
mean,
creating,
well, it does feel like they're alive when I'm picking them up.
they're creating
They
the
cry.
next year's healthy plant.
And do you know something else? There are only 3 ways, only 3 to gather leaves into a pile or to pick them up for collection. The first way is with the lawnmower and bagger. You can push your lawnmower over them and suck them up and dump them. The second way is with the leaf blower. And the only other way is with the rake. Rake them up. And the absolute best way is with the rake. A lawnmower works pretty good, but it doesn't work for the corners,
Right.
or anywhere there's no grass.
Right.
A leaf blower works pretty good, but next thing you know, the leaves are all over the place, and I look behind me, and they're right where I just blew.
Right.
I can't control them. With the rake, you keep control the whole time. If you're raking your yard, you can rake them up. If you miss a leaf, you can pick it up and put it in your pile.
And then you jump in the pile.
You can do that too.
That's
It's
fine.
dry.
But if you're raking around garden bed areas, you can rake
Precision.
around the plants, pick them up, put them in your pile, and you want to make sure you get every leaf so it doesn't end up in your yard, contaminated.
That's right.
And another benefit to raking the garden bed areas or soil bed areas, you actually turn the bark or soil a little bit and it looks fresh and new again.
It's also good for your body.
It's good exercise, yes. Except for my back, it hurts my back. Get back pain after doing that too long.
We had a sugar maple tree in our backyard when I was growing up. It was the biggest tree in the neighborhood. And the pile of leaves that we could collect every 3 weeks was phenomenal. And we'd have to figure out what to do with them. But we'd jump out of the tree into the leaves. We had so much fun with it, unless they were wet. And you sometimes didn't know they were wet until you fell and landed in the pile and it was wet and soggy and yucky.
In the rocks.
But the
And
whole
another good
neighborhood,
way-
all the kids, my dad would pay all the kids to come and spend an hour raking leaves in the yard.
I
We had a
wish I
lot
would
of
have known about that. I'd have paid them too. Those
Yeah.
kids can come over.
big tree.
Well, another place raking is great is in the rock garden areas. You can get around all the rocks and you can just put your hand like this if you ever miss a rake. If it gets behind the big rocks, you can put your hand just like this, like a rake, and pull those leaves out from behind the big boulders. They get stuck.
That's
back
what
there.
leaf blower is for.
Leaf blowers
You
are
can put it
cool
in
creators.
your pile.
Yeah.
And you don't want to use a leaf blower,
Good job.
but you don't want to leave a leaf there because it might end up in your yard and pollute it.
Oh,
So we got to
come on.
get them out of your yard.
That's an attitude, dude. Yeah.
And raking is the best for driveways and walkways and roadways as well. Because you can rake those leaves in a pile and pick them up. Couldn't do that with the lawnmower. It's
Right.
not grass. And if you were to use a leaf blower, you would blow those leaves all over the place. And you might even blow them into traffic and cause an accident.
Well, I disagree. I think
I
leaf
agree.
blowers are the #1 way to get rid of leaves and to put them in nice, neat piles. I see the city doing it all the time. So I'm wondering why they don't use what you're recommending.
The city workers are just more skilled than I am because I make a mess with these leaves.
My girlfriend was saying how sure everybody in her neighborhood, they were told they had to clean the leaves off. She lives in this HOA and they had to clean the leaves off their yard. So they cleaned the leaves off their yard. And then the hired group guys came through and they blew the leaves off the street into everybody's yards again.
See, that wouldn't happen if you were raking them.
No,
If you're raking those leaves, you'd have them in a nice pile and you would be safe.
you would be safe.
You would not cause an
I
accident.
guess I told her to get back the leaf blower and blow them back
Blow
out
them
into
all
the
back
street
out
again.
there.
That'll teach them.
Well, leaves are a beautiful thing while they're on the trees, but when they inevitably fall down, I encourage everybody in this room to clean them up with a rake as soon as possible,
Good luck
so they
raking my
don't
bargain.
contaminate not only the grass, but the environment, the planet as a whole.
Contaminate. That's a tough word, dude.
Adam Toad.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. I have to say, I'm not your evaluator, but you did a really good job handling that. I was reading down in the explanation of what we
Yeah.
were supposed to do, and
One time.
only
Only supposed to do it once.
To do it once.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Until he responded to us.
Oh, until he responded. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't.
That was good, yeah, you guys, you were just engaged the whole time.
Like, I'll just roll it in.
You were just handling that so well. It's almost as if you've done that before. That was really great. It was a lot of fun. Okay, next we are going to move into table topics, and I think we have quite a bit of time for table topics. The reason being, when I was adjusting the schedule, I think I gave you 15 minutes plus an extra 2 minutes, 17 minutes. So time-wise, we are at 12:25.
27.
Oh, I mean, just an extra 3 minutes. But yeah, we're going to have fun with table topics today. So without further ado, I'm going to fulgurate from this lectern after I give our table topics master a shake.
Thank you, thank you.
And I'm
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's a word for discussion at some point, because I'm not sure if we really understand what it means, but it's the chandelier fulgurated, sparkled. That's the
Broken to pieces.
broke into pieces and was pretty in that way. Here's a good question. Who would like to begin?
I will.
Kathy will? All right. The topic is, what do you miss about childhood?
Mm. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters. What I miss most about childhood is the lack of responsibility. Can I get an amen? No bills, no debts, no disgruntled people, no disgruntled employees, none of that. I can just fulgurate them out of my life. I love the joy of being a child, the carefree, dreaming capacity of a child. A child can dream and nothing is impossible. Get my hand. Nothing is impossible. Dream, dream, dream. I miss that so much about being a child. The laughter when I was young, I would envision myself inside of a television. We had a black and white television. I would see myself inside the television. I would daydream and see myself acting, singing, dancing, all these things, all in my imagination, because that's what kids do. They dream, they imagine, they live. Now, adults, on the other hand, we have responsibilities. We have real life issues. Children that are not tarnished by the world can still dream, can still imagine, can still see themselves in Neverland like Michael Jackson did. And I am complete. Because I need to shut my phone off.
Peggy's fault.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Kathy. Would anyone else like to tackle this topic? Sure. Done.
All right.
Read the topic then for you.
Thank you. What do you miss about childhood? Just like Kathy, just being carefree, childhood was great, no responsibilities at all. Being a child, I was extremely curious. Being a child, we didn't have much technology, so I used to actually, go outside and explore, play. Used to take electronics apart, just use my imagination in every step of the way. So being very careless and being innocent. So I'm, as a child, you're innocent. You're not, you haven't been beaten up by the world, about circumstances and things that happen in your life. So it was a great time. I absolutely loved my childhood and miss it. Also, family members that's no longer here. You grew up with family members that are no longer here, and you kind of miss those memories. When the whole family was together and things like that. So that was an extraordinary time, and I wish I could have my childhood back. So if it was somehow, some way I can do that, I would totally do that, but that's it. Thank you.
I'm going to take a dive at this one too. What do I miss about childhood? What first came to me was what I don't miss about childhood. I think of how self-judgmental I was, how difficult it was for me to. I remember being told, sit still, stop wiggling. Why don't you remember things? So I grew up a happy kid, except for when people were evaluating me for not performing the way they wanted me to perform or expected me to perform. I can call it now neurodiversity, but back then it was just misbehaving as far as the adults in my world were concerned with. I do also miss the mindless play, I'm just gonna go make a graveyard for all the dead animals in the neighborhood this weekend. My sister and I spent a lot of time, or we tied boards to the roller skates in our basement and drew chalk lines on the road, made roads in the basement in one of the rooms, and we just went around and around on these little tiny skateboards. I think my body hurts thinking about it, but it was just this sort of mindless, joyous play without evaluation. I think where my difficulty with being a child came was when in school was the hard part for me. Yeah, as I said, it was that part I don't miss at all. I am grateful and joyful for the adult that I have learned, how I have learned how to shuck the perceived judgments of the world. So at this point in my life, I am grateful for my childhood and glad I'm not there anymore. They say youth is wasted on the young, but that's youth, the 20-year-old youth, not the 5-year-old youth. So that's my sharing about what I miss about my childhood. Thank you. We have time for one more?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Anyone else?
I'll go.
Brandy? Yes, good question.
It's a good question. And I have to agree with everybody that spoke so far. There are things that I miss, and there are things that I don't miss. The things that I miss now, I don't know that I knew then how great I had it. That's what I always tell my daughter, but you have to have that hindsight to be able to realize that. I think I miss being able to sleep in. Summers, school breaks, where you didn't have to do anything. You could be bored. Remember boredom? What's that like? I miss boredom.
What is this word?
I don't understand what that means. And I miss a body that felt like it could do anything. Now, before I do things, I'm like, have I stretched? If I want to do a cartwheel now, I've got to warm up. I've got to stretch. I can't just like go do a cartwheel without pulling a hamstring. When I was a kid, I would just jump off of things. I would climb trees. I would do somersaults, and you just had that sort of endless energy, and you just felt like anything was possible. Like if you drive by a field, you could just be like, wow, you could just run out of the field as fast as you could. It's like now if I do that, I'm going to trip or I'm going to like run out of breath like in the first 5 seconds. So I think it's that all of those things that you just sort of take for granted when you're a kid and you don't realize how good you had it. And finally, I'll agree. I think it was Dawn that said, I miss the people from my childhood. I miss my grandmas. I miss my elders. And becoming the elder is a weird thing. I miss not being the elder. So with that, I'll hand it back to you, Buffy.
Thank you. One more?
We could do one more if Justin wants to.
Justin would take on one more.
I'll take this one.
And they're going to talk about leaves, right?
That's right. Actually,
Jumping
talk
in
about
leaves.
leaves. It's going to be fitting because one thing I miss about my childhood is actually this time of year. Because the holiday season that we're experiencing gets kicked off with the leaves falling, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And you go jump out in the leaves. Remember the cartoons? They jump in the leaves and Charlie Brown and all them. so much fun. And next thing you know, it's Halloween. And you go out. I remember being a little kid, go trick or treating and getting the mask with the rubber band. Remember those? I'm sure the super uncomfortable mask, the rubber band that hurt. But it was so much fun going around, ask for candy everywhere, all around the houses, and then being able to chew on that candy as much as you wanted. I'd hide it in my room and eat as much as I wanted until I was sick. Then you get Thanksgiving coming up, and like we mentioned, the family gets together, and it was so great. Grandmas and parents and cousins, all the family, which we've all kind of gone our different directions since then. People passed away, and you play board games, and you just have fun, and then you get ready for the highlight, which is Christmas, because all the presents and the anticipation and what's under the tree, what am I going to get? Is Santa Claus coming? What's he going to bring me? And that was great stuff when I was a kid. That magic is just dwindled away. But I hope to provide that for my children. But it is a different experience being an adult going through it as you were as a kid. Thinking my time's up.
That looks like it's supposed to be red. All right. Well, thank you everyone for your participation today, and we will return the podium to our Madam Toastmaster.
And actually, if you want to stay up here, you can give your evaluation of our speaker. You might want to grab your notes.
I will grab my very minimal notes. I was so engaged in the dialogue, the talker position.
Question. So it's like a question real quick. Evaluator is 2 to 3 minutes, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Buffy.
You're welcome. Thank you. I will stop talking until I've decided not to say anymore. Justin, I thought your speech was fabulous. I really enjoyed your topic, and I think you did such a great job of keeping your topic, of defending your topic, your position on your topic, despite all the heckling from the audience, the dialogue. It was as though we had all practiced this conversation together. It was seamless to me. I don't have any suggestions other than maybe like I disagree with leaves being pollution, and I don't know whether that was
my son calls it rage baiting.
rage bait.
Yeah, not intentional.
I sensed it wasn't really your position,
No,
but
it's
it was
not.
just a nice topic that incited us to explore our own positions on the topic. So I really, as I say, I think you excelled at keeping your topic and holding your space in it. And one might not even be able to tell that you were, as you say, rage baiting us. I think it was great. I don't have any suggestions about what to work on to challenge yourself, except maybe to pick a topic that's a little bit more edgy for your next one, so that you can practice managing people who really disagree with you, or people who are really baiting you on that edgy piece.
Okay.
Because that probably will happen in our lives. With that, I am complete.
Great.
And Toastmasters.
Thank you, Buffy, for that wonderful evaluation. I agree with you. I think I said that earlier, that Justin did an excellent job with that speech assignment. Next, I'm going to ask Don to come up to the lectern and give us his general evaluation.
Reports first, right?
You can call up the reports first.
Okay.
And then do your 2 to 3 minute evaluation of the meeting, or you can give your 2 to 3 minute evaluation and then call up the reports, whatever is most comfortable for you.
All right.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Don.
All right, so we're gonna start this off by, let's call the reports for the timer. We begin with that, Sarah.
Shouldn't I be doing the general? I timed the general evaluator also, right?
Yeah, it's kind of, you can do that after.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's
Okay. The timer. The Justin's speech was 9 minutes and 5 seconds. Table topics. Let's see. Kathy's was 1 minute and 25 seconds. Second person. Your name is John, right?
Don.
Don.
D-O-N.
Okay.
D-O-N, yes.
Okay, Don. Okay. I don't think I've ever met you.
Nice to meet you,
Or
sir.
nice to meet you too. I've been here for 2 months, roughly, 2 or 3 months. See, your table topics was 1 minute and 6 seconds. Buffy's was 1 minute and 56 seconds. Brandy was also 1 minute and 56 seconds. Justin's was 1 minute and 16. And Buffy's evaluation of Justin's speech was 1 minute and 38 seconds. A little bit on the short side, but it's like you also mentioned that you didn't really have too much in your notes, so I think that's fine.
Should talk slower.
And that's everybody, right?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Sarah. So next, I will call up Kathy for your Meridian report.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. We'll start with Brandy. Brandy had 2 words of the day. Lots of great word usage. Becoming elder, hindsight, sleeping in, summers, boredom. Felt I could do anything, endless energy. I can't read my writing. Take for granted. Yeah, take for granted. Words that detract, 1 so, 4 ands, 2, that's it. 1 so, 4 ands. Don, good word usage, carefree, curious, not much technology, imagination, innocent. Words that detract, and so, 1 and 1. Justin, lots of great word usage, photosynthesis, leaf blower, rake, lawnmower, back, I can't read my writing. Beautiful thing, kicked off, leaves falling, rubber band, not sure where that came in, board games, night, highlight, Christmas, magic, whittled away, eat till sick. There we go. Words that detract. You had a couple of double words like inbred part you started and didn't quite when, things like that. And you only had 2 ands. Great. Buffy, words of the day, 2. And to clarify, fulgurate has a verb and a noun. So the verb definition I gave, Buffy was talking about the adjective or noun. Not sure. But here we go. Great word usage, neurodiversity, mindless joy, grateful play, perceived judgments, insight, edgy baiting, sugar maple tree. I like that one. I think I said 2 words of the day, words that detract. 5, off, 8, 3, and 4, so 2. Oh, and you also had fabulous, heckling. Those were good word usage. Sarah, I have the words that detract. I didn't get your great word usage. I'm sure you had some, I missed it. But you had 1 so, 2 no, 1 so, 3 6 1 1 and. Good job. I had 1 word of the day and 1 and. That's it. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Kathy. All right, so now is the part where I do the general evaluation of the meeting. I want to start with the speech evaluation of Justin. Buffy, you did a great evaluation. Everything seems natural and it flows, so you have good control of your flow when you're actually speaking. So that was great. The only thing that I would say maybe you could consider working on is when you ended the evaluation, you ended on the negative note for Justin. So usually what I try to do is at the end, I try to do the better. Right. So what could he have done better at the end? So, or I'm sorry, what did Justin actually did the best at the end?
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So other than that, the meeting seemed like it was great. I haven't been here in a long time. Sorry about that, but I'm working on it. So hopefully this motivates me to come back, more often. But everything seems great. We had a little issue with the video in the beginning. But we worked that out really quick with some teamwork. So that got taken care of. The video looks great. The sound looks great. The sound was great too as well. And Justin, your speech was you had a fun speech. It was a change for what we usually do, and I actually appreciate that change. So it gives me something to look forward to next time. Maybe we have some more changes later too. So kind of freshen things up. So that was fun. The participants and everything. We did have a little issue with the direction, with the interruption one time or multiple times. So other than that, it was great. So with that, I'm going to end my evaluation and pass it back on to Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Don. It's really lovely to have you back. We would have you back anytime. And there's never any judgment about when you can make it. This is an extracurricular thing for all of us, and we're all on our own paths and our own timelines. So it's lovely to have you here.
So we should throw away the attendance record.
Yeah, I'm not keeping track. Well, before we move on to closing the meeting, I just want to very quickly ask for roles for next week, just to speed things up for next week. Does anybody want to do a speech or evaluate next week?
I can do a speech.
You want to do a speech? Okay. All right.
I would also like to give a speech.
Okay, great. And I will evaluate one of you, if you would like that.
Great.
And I'll
Okay.
take the other one. I'll take the other one.
The other evaluation? Okay, great. Wow, that's awesome. Justin, will you be here next week?
It's my goal, yes.
Okay, do you want to take a role?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to take, what do you want?
What do you want to give me?
Mm,
I'm wide open.
Toastmaster.
Okay.
Okay. It's great to try all the roles because they all take different skill sets. And if you don't do it for a while, you get rusty. It's so interesting. Sarah, would you like to take a role for next week? We have table topics, timer, Meridian.
I'm not ready to do Meridian again yet. Let's
Mhm.
see, maybe that might be for Rockford Toastmasters or something. I'll do timer.
Timer? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And there's always Joke Master too, if you want to do that again.
Sure, I can do Joke Master again. It's like I'll pick Javid's brain on like jokes because he's the master of jokes.
Awesome. Great. Well, good job on us for getting those roles filled. And I will put those on our agenda on our Free Toast Host website. And to close the meeting, let's see how we're doing. Oh, we have a few minutes, so we're not running behind. Some things that are coming up. Does anybody have a point of order? Justin, do you have anything about education?
No, I have none.
Okay. I was thinking there's lots of things that we could do as a club. We could have a holiday gathering, where we can do a white elephant table topics. We just need a date and a time and a place for that. If anyone is interested in giving a speech this year for the International Speech Contest, now is the time to start thinking about that. And
That was the sound of my brain exploding.
and if we have more than 2 folks that want to do it, we can have a club contest. If we don't have more than 2, folks can just go to the next level of contest, which is the area. And I'm a huge fan of entering the contest because it does elevate you so much faster. Like you go from just beginning to like all the way up to intermediate, high intermediate, just like in that process because it forces you to. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get in front of people I don't know and give a speech. But only when people are ready. And then there's always another speech contest too. Last year it was it evaluation? It was evaluation last year. It was evaluation contest, and I entered that one, and I lost at the division. I lost it, whatever it was, but it was a good experience for me because I had to give my evaluation in front of about 25 people, half of whom I did not know. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but it was good. And so those are some things that are going on. There's our Pathways program, and are folks comfortable with Pathways? If they want more help, reach out to Justin or me or others. Robin. I'm currently mentoring Sarah, although we haven't really done anything yet. So
I hope I would like considering that I will be moving to Rockford. I would like to do one more speech. Not obviously not next week, but I already signed up for a kind of as a placeholder for the following week. I think the week of the 16th, 17th, 16th, whatever day is a Thursday. See, I might try to the strategy for success meetings are pretty much go for the full time and at 12, so it's like